Hello, welcome to everyone in this video. This is our lecture number 7. We already cover up 6 lecture for the solution of thermal physics of two books. First one is the A.B. Gupta and Roy, and second one is Gaurav Bansal Ghosh. This is the part 3 of this book, and the rest of the lecture cover of these books. So if you want to watch the previous lecture, you can go to the description box, link are given there. In this video, I want to discuss question number 1 to 7 of chapter 3, that is the transport phenomena of this book, that is thermal physics by A.B. Gupta and Roy, H.P. Roy. Okay, so let's start question number 1 of this chapter. First question which says calculate the mean free path and the collision frequency of hydrogen molecules at NTP, natural temperature and pressure given, the coefficient of viscosity are given, density of hydrogen also given. Okay, so coefficient of viscosity, density of hydrogen in CGS unit given. You need to find out the mean free path and collision frequency. In the mean free, this is the our relation. This is our relation eta equals to 1/3 rho v bar lambda. Eta is the coefficient of viscosity. Rho is the density. V bar is the average velocity, which is root under 8 RT by pi m. Just put this value of 8 R and T pi m. M is for hydrogen. This is 2 grams. So converted into kg, 10 to the minus 3. You will be get this is V bar, that is the average velocity of this hydrogen molecule, and temperature at NTP is 20 degrees centigrade, that is 294 Kelvin. So lambda is nothing but 3 eta by rho V bar. 3 eta value is like that, V bar is like that, and this is the meter per second converted into centimeter per second. So this will be the value of V bar. So just putting this value, you can get find this value, that is 1.512 10 to the power minus 5 centimeter. This is the value of lambda, that is the mean free path. Then what is the value of collision frequency? That is nothing but the V bar by lambda. Put this V bar and lambda, you will be get this answer, that is the collision frequency. Clear? Go to the next one. That is at NTP the density of hydrogen is given, density is given, viscosity also given. So you need to find out the mean free path. The same process, using this process you will get this same answer. Then molecular diameter. So you can get the molecular diameter using this formula, because this lambda equals to 1 by root 2 pi d square n, Maxwell mean free path distribution. So d square equals to like that, and you know P equals to n kVt. Just put this value of n here, P by kVt. So this is kV. Boltzmann's constant, T is temperature. Boltzmann's constant given here in CGS unit. Root 2 del lambda is like that. We already obtained in this expression. So this is the value of lambda, and P is 10 to the power 6 dyne per centimeter square. So for using this value, you can get this curve. So D is 2.47 10 to the power minus 8. So, okay. So we got this answer. And after that, this portion actually I did not understand this portion to solve. That at this moment I cannot solve this portion. If anyone can solve, you must comment in the comment box. I try to solve this. You can check this process, but I sorry for that I cannot solve at this moment of this portion. Okay. So next question. Next question says determine the mean free path, collision frequency, and molecular diameter of air at natural temperature and pressure, given that the viscosity is like that, mean velocity c bar is given here, rho is like that. So eta, c bar and rho, this is mean velocity, which expressed as c bar, no problem. So you know this eta equal to 1/3 rho c bar lambda. So lambda is nothing but 3 eta by rho c bar. Put this value 3 eta value and rho and c bar, right? Just putting this value, you will be get the value of lambda. Lambda is the mean free path. Okay. Then the collision frequency is nothing but v bar by lambda or c bar by lambda. So c bar and this is the lambda, you will be get the collision frequency. Then you need to find out the molecular diameter. For molecular diameter, you need to using this formula, that lambda equals to 1 by root 2 pi d square n. So d square equal to like that. Here you need to need to find out this m, because m rho equals to m into n. So n can be written as rho by m. Okay. So m is nothing but the molecular mass. Here the mass of air is taken as nearly the mass of nitrogen, because most of the air contribution is the nitrogen. So this is the value of mass of the air in gram, so converted into kg. Okay, so just put this value, you will get this answer, that is the okay. and this is the mass for per mole, so that's why written in the mole number. Clear? I think you clear about this multiplication of mole number here in the lower end. Okay. If sorry, if there is any problem to understand, you must comment in the comment box. Next one, calculate the mean free path of hydrogen at standard temperature and pressure given the coefficient of viscosity and this given and this density are given. So just using this formula, you can easily find out this value of lambda, where C bar is the same formula. Here this hydrogen, that's why 2 gram converted into kg. Next one, the coefficient of viscosity of gas at temperature at different temperature -20 degree, 0 degree, 100, 180, 300 is the coefficient of viscosity like that. Check how far these data are agreement with the expectation variation of eta and t discussed for kinetic theory, accounted discrepancy if any. So this is the Rutherford equation which relate to the temperature and the coefficient of viscosity is converted like that, where C1 or C2 are to the temperature to constant is like that. Sorry. So if you put this value temperature -20 degrees centigrade, that is 250 Kelvin, so eta will be like that. 42 the eta will be like that, 43 eta will be like that, and this is the given eta. So if you difference of this value with that one, you will be get the difference of eta value. Okay, so the similar process for T3, T4, T5, no problem. Now look at this delta eta, that is the difference of calculated value and this given value. You can see this is 3.3, 3.1, 3.1, 2.8, 2.6. So with increasing the temperatures, this value, calculated value and experimental value, difference of these two value are will reduces. So this is our conclusion, that is the with increasing the temperature, this discriminancy will be reduced. That's right. So this formula is valid for the higher temperature, is more accurate. This formula is more accurate in the higher temperature. Next one, a Brownian particle of radius, this is the radius of Brownian particle, moves with the temperature, RMS displacement delta x RMS is given like that, and time is 30 seconds. So you need to find out the Boltzmann's constant. So you know this formula, that is the Brownian motion delta x square equals to kbt by 3 pi eta r tau. So here kb equals to like that, so t pi eta delta x, that is the RMS value, so square, you need to square here. So finally you get this answer. Clear? This is not matches here, but I did not find any error in this calculation. So you just check this calculation using this formula. This will be the this can be find out, and I think this will be the correct, because this is in the value of kb is 1.4, so nearly this is equal, right? So I think this is correct. Next one, after that, if you can find any error, you must comment in the comment box. Next one, observation of Brownian motion of spherical particle of radius, this is the radius of spherical particle, this is temperature, this is viscosity, made at interval tau, this is time, so that x component of charge is like that. This is written value, you just check this black ink writer. Compute the average displacement, the average value of delta x square and the Avogadro number. I say you this is a error, because this is to the -6 must be, so that we can conclude the answer. So this is a error, you just check this one, this is 10 to the -6. Okay, and this is nothing but the mid value, this is nothing but the mid value, okay, this is mid value, that is minus 0, this is nothing but minus 0.5 to 0.5, so the mid value is 0. This is 0.5 to 1.5, that is 1, minus 0.5 to -1 minus 1, right? So I think you understand this mid value concept. Clear? Mid value, this is the mid value. Okay. So when we find out the average displacement, you need to multiply this mid value into this. So if you multiply this and to that, you will be get this one. Clear? So just multiply this, and total if you added this gives you 0. That's why this average displacement will be 0, right? So that's why the average displacement is 0 by n, that is 0. When we take this square, this minus will be positive, and if you multiply that n, so this minus will be positive, and this multiply with this n by total n. Okay, so this total n, using this formula you will get this answer. Clear? Now if you want to find out the Avogadro's number, you need to just using this formula, that is delta x RT by n, because this is kb by m. So kb means this is was kbt by m. Kb is nothing by r by na, right? So na will be like that. So if you put this value, will be get this answer, and you know this is the value of 0.23 into 10 to the power 20 this. So this is nearly equal. So this is the correct one. That's why we change this value. This value 10 to the power minus 6 is the correct. So after checking this, I think you can clear about the concept. So that's it for today. If there is any doubt, you must comment in the comment box. This is all about me. This is my contact detail. You can connect with me this Telegram channel. This is my online platform, and this is my YouTube channel details. Go to the channel, you will get the defined physics related video like this session. If you learn something from this session, share this video to your friends. Either he or she also get benefit from this video. Subscribe this channel if you new. This already subscribed. Thanks for subscription. Press the bell icon to get notifications on upcoming video. So take care. We'll meet on the next video as soon as possible. Thank you.